Saturn is the farthest planet away from the sun in terms of what we can visibly see with the eye. And Saturn is a gas giant. And yes, Saturn is known for its rings. Now, Saturn in astrology is the ruler of Capricorn. And you know, Saturn also moves the slowest out of all the planets. So this is why in Astrostetics, we refer to Saturn as the principle of the zodiac, because Saturn likes to move around very slow, right, and regulate things. So in astrology and astrostetics, Saturn deals with regulation. All right, let's continue. Being the slowest moving planet, Saturn is very regulatory. Now, in astrology, you know that Saturn also deals with time, right? Think about it. Saturn moves the slowest. 1 year on Saturn is 30 years on Earth. So this is why Saturn is such a masterful energy, because Saturn moves extremely slow and it likes to regulate as it goes, right? So, you know, this is why, once again, in astrostetics, Saturn is also about discipline. So we could see how the sun governs authority, but Saturn also governs authority in a very regulatory way. All right, so let's continue. Saturn governs Capricorn, but Saturn is in its detriment in Cancer. So Saturn is also about lessons, right? Saturn, in astrostetics, remember, Saturn is the principle. Saturn could be very strict, authoritative in a way that is cold. So Saturn in astronomy governs the winter seasons, right? So Saturn governs Capricorn and Aquarius. So Saturn is in detriment in Cancer and in Leo. All right? And remember, Capricorn is very strict, right? Saturn also deals with barriers. In a way, Saturn can also deal with limitations. So Saturn governs the physical world to the highest degree, right? Where the sun is a bit more fun and it has a more freedom with authority, Saturn is in a way the exact opposite, because Saturn is a cold, harsh, all about discipline, and Saturn will set up limitations and regulations. So this is why in astrostetics, we know that Saturn, it also deals with government laws, rules, and regulations and authority, all right? So Saturn is also about lessons, right? Y'all know in astrostetics, that principle, the way that principle is going to teach you is going to be different. There could be an element of discipline. So in astronomy, right, knowing that Saturn moves very slow, you know that you have a Saturn return every 30 years. Saturn does bring rewards. Saturn is always going to show you what you can learn and by what's going to challenge you. All right. So Saturn is about what you're here to learn and how you are to discipline. And most importantly, Saturn is also about the father, and Saturn does govern the patriarchal paternal side, right, of the family as well. All right. So in astrostetics, we look at things a bit differently. The moon is actually the fastest planet in our solar system, right? The moon moves the fastest, right? Now, Saturn moves the slowest. So, beg to differ. Is Saturn and the moon actually the real opposites, right? Because the moon does move the fastest, where Saturn does move the slowest, all right? And, you know, this is why in astrostetics, you know, astrology, we look at it as a science, all right? And this is why, you know, we love to explore, and that's just what we like to do, and we do it with a lot of fun. All right, so everyone, I hope y'all enjoyed this as much as I did, and y'all are amazing. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe, and thrive. And this was so amazing, and I love y'all. And we're going to do this. Look out for the next video, all right?